before we get started, just try to set up your machine so that we'll not wait so much time. If you have
Yeah, sure. We'll take care.
I think Sumant asked about that in multiple data we are entering that, sir. So he asked that we'll enter in XST file or directly in integration. He asked.
Yeah, correct. That's what I'm asking.
Right? It's an XST.
In XST, already we given that 0 to infinity.
Correct. We give only in XSD itself because because web services will work based on XSD, right? It will work on that. And also I have seen a couple of examples, even for the list, we are giving the complete payload. So, why, can you please explain me why we are giving for the list all the payload information? Any specific reason for that?
Because we are mapping from source to the target. So
correct. Source to the target is 100% correct. My question is, okay, can you open the list integration for me?
Okay, just wait a second. This is web list integration. This is web.
Can you open the book starting point? So trying to give proper naming standards. Book 1, that is not correct.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Can you open the payload? Okay, can you open the payload? Open it. Request payload, can you open it? So what's the need of giving the payload here for the list service?
Because this data we will display in the messages.
Where you're messaging, yeah. For the list, you are already reading the file. So what's the need of this payload?
Oh, okay. This one.
Just use some common sense here. Okay, when you're listing the file, so what input it require? It generally require file name or file directory. That's it. It doesn't require anything. The file is not required at all. So what's the need of?
Okay. Or you can use any dummy value also.
Yeah, you can give a simple input. That's it. Any input is fine. To start the integration, any input is fine. Hello or something, so that your integration will get started. And then you will be listing it. Then we will be reading it. Then we'll be whatever the steps that we'll be doing, we will do that.
But these things will be also displayed in the messages when we
where you are displaying this.
I mean, when we test the, track the details.
Track the details at the beginning of the process. Why you are sending a payload? What's the need? That's my question. But you have to understand what is my integration. I'm listing the file. When you are listing the file, what it does, it will look for the SFTP location, whether the files are available or not. If the files are available, then it will give the list of file names. Then we will read the file. So at the beginning itself, if you're giving the payload, it will not make any sense, because I've seen a couple of integrations of you, which I've seen, which I want to highlight, but I couldn't got time to connect. So I did not tell you these things. Okay. So just use some common sense when you are using some integration, when you are using with some operation. Use some verbs, list, write, read, insert. Use these words. Okay. I've seen many of the integration. You're sending the complete payload. So sending a payload will not make any sense at all.
That I will take it.
Okay, so make sure it's not only for you, because I just gone through your integrations. That was the reason I was highlighting this. It is applicable for each and everyone. Okay, so just use some common sense and you understand the concept. Don't go blindly. Like list the files. When you're listing the files, it requires only two things: file name, pattern, directory. So if you pass that, that's okay. Or you can use even lookups.
Mhm.
And the lookups you can get those details because those are static values. Okay, just get those details and you can process it. Okay. Okay. So Sumant is done. Pavan, any questions for you? Every concept is clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Prithvi?
Pawan, few sessions I have missed, right? So I'm just going through the sessions and I'll do the things. I'll complete the things.
Okay, by weekend, try to complete as soon as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah. Sure.
Don't delay it anymore.
Yep.
Durga, any questions you have?
No, sir.
And what about Swati? Swati?
Sir, for me, pending work is there, sir. This weekend, I will try to complete that.
Okay, any questions or anything you have?
No, sir. Present.
Okay, what about Vijay?
I need to complete the examples. So it's pending from my end. So I need to do it.
Okay.
I will by by end of this week I will do that.
Okay, fine. No problem. Okay, this is done. Okay, now let's discuss the concepts. Okay, so we have discussed about list files. Did we discuss about read files by any chance?
Yes, sir. Discussed.
Okay, read is done. Write is done. Read is done. List is done. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we'll see an example. We have three more operations. Okay, the three more operations are: one, when you use FTP adapter, we have read, we have write, we have list, we have download, we have move, we have delete. Okay, these are the things that we have. Okay, we have discussed the first three operations. So FTP is like when you see this scenario in real time. So let's consider you have you are ordering some order from Amazon.com. Okay, so what happens is like when we order some product, when a we have some delivery companies like eBay, e-delivery, and there are few delivery companies which will deliver the product that you have ordered. So what happens is Amazon, whatever the order that they have placed it, those order from where they have to pick up the product, and then where they have to deliver the product, and what product, and when they have to deliver it. So these are the details that they place it for each order. So they will be placing in SFTP location, or they might be using in database. They might use anything. But at this moment, you can think like they are placing the details in SFTP location. So when we use download, okay, so by default, you have to understand few things here. Okay, it's very important topic. In FTP location or in OIC, okay, if we are getting the size of the payload, okay, the size of the payload, if you are receiving, if source system is calling and sending a payload to you, max you can read of max of 10 MB data. The size of the file, size of the payload should not exceed beyond 10 MB. If it exceeds, your integration will fail. There is a limitation that we have in OIC. Okay, so what if, the next question you have to ask me, what if I'm getting more than 10 MB? Then if you are reading the file from SFTP location, in that case, we can download the file. So when we download the file, it will not, you cannot visually see that file. It will download and place inside your OIC file server. Internally, it uses a OIC file server. There the file will be available. Okay, so when we download the file, we will be reading the file in chunks or segments. So probably it has 1 million records, that is 10 lakh records. You can read 5,000, 10,000 records at one go. We can give that. That can be done by using stage read. You can read it, we can process it, and we can send to a target system. So when we download the file, we cannot visually see the file. Okay, it will download and place it inside your OIC. That is internal server of OIC. So you have to ask me another question. If I download it, when the file will be deleted? Once the instance is completed, the file will be deleted automatically, because we will be giving the temporary location or temporary file location that the file has to place within your OIC. Clear?
We cannot move that file to our personal PC.
We can move the file, even though, I mean, don't come to that topic. Just concentrate on download part for now. Moving the part, anything, don't discuss about that right now. So let's concentrate about download. It is very important because this will help you in real-time scenarios. When we have getting a more than 10 MB file, then this will help you. Okay, we'll discuss about moving the file, that kind of thing. But at this moment, just concentrate on downloading itself. Okay, so when we talk about 10 MB file, if the file size is more than 10 MB, then we go with the download option. We download it, we read the file, and we'll process it and we delete it. Automatically, your OIC will delete it once the instance is completed. Instance is when you trigger one request. If the instance is completed or errored out, the file will be deleted. The lifeline of that file, when you place a file within your OIC, will end when the instance is completed. Okay, that is download. So when we come to a move, okay, we want to move the file from one SFTP location to another SFTP location. So move is nothing but cut, copy, paste. Cutting the file, copy the file. It will, when you cut it, it will memory. It will. Okay, let me show you the example for that. I'll show you in Windows machine. Okay, so I'll go to download folder. So this is a file. Okay, Control C, Control X. It deleted. Okay, I'll go to another folder, create a new folder. I'll go it. I paste it here. Do you see that? No. That is moving the file. Moving the file from one place to another file. That's where we use this move. Delete. Let's consider I want to delete this file. Delete. That's it. It will be permanently deleted. But when you go with move, it will delete from source folder and place it in other folder. Clear, guys? Any questions?
No problem. I'm good with it.
Suman, any questions?
No, so far I'm good.
Vijaya?
No, sir.
And Vijay?
No problem, clear.
And Pavan?
No, sir.
What about Sweta?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so now we'll see example where we'll move the file from one directory to another directory. Okay, so let me connect to my SCP. Okay, these are the files I have. Okay, these are the few files I have. Okay, so what we do is we'll move the file from this location to another location. Okay, I'll put it as inbound. I'll move to outbound. Okay. Okay, who have created it? Someone has created it. That's fine, no problem. So let me create a folder by name training. Okay, don't touch it folder. I'll be using this. Okay, I'll be creating 3 folders. Inbound, outbound, error, and the last one is archive. Okay. I'll create a new folder, employee. Okay, that's fine. I'll go to here. Let me create a folder. Inbound. From this inbound to outbound, I will be moving the files. Okay, inbound. I'll take this file. Okay, I'll take this. Now I'll create app-driven orchestration. Move files to outbound. You give some name. I'm just given for your easy readability. Okay. I'll use a REST. To trigger my REST adapter, I'll have a simple input. That's it. Simple input. Any input is fine. Move files. Move files. I'll use post. That's it. I'll use only input. That is one-way service. I'm just creating it. Input ABCD. Okay. First things first, give the input. Have a global variable. For my integration, I'll have an integration name. I've seen few people are not creating a global variables. Make it an habit. Instance ID. Then file name pattern. Look up Create one. There are, I can see many. Why you are creating book? For separately, why we are creating, we can use one. For each integration name, we can use it. Where is mine? Okay, we have more. Sumant, you have created many. This is not correct. This is not the right approach. Integration name and file name pattern. Done. File directory. Just clean it up. Sumant, Vijaya, and everyone have one lookup with your own name. Don't create multiple. Okay, we'll get these details from lookup. Then let me add two more. File name and outbound directory. So now let me have a double quotes. Okay, save this guy. Now, okay, let me save this guy. Close this. Now let me take this integration name. Go to lookups. This is my integration. Now add one more column. Check with the spaces. It should not have spaces. So file name pattern would be the same thing. Each integration you can add as is. You can change the corresponding directory as well. So this is for inbound, where I will be reading the files. This is an outbound directory where I will be moving the files. List, from where I will be reading, or I will be listing the files and moving the files. So both directories are. Save this. For this, you can put it as not applicable. If the value doesn't have any value, you can put it as not applicable. Each integration have a different. So you can create accordingly. Okay, now let's come here.
Pawan, Prithvi, yeah. Pawan, in the lookup for the column name, you have not mentioned anything, just the domain name you have given.
Is it so?
Yeah. I think yes, you missed it.
Seems like. Thanks for this. Let me come back. Close this. Save this guy. To look up. Yeah, perfect. Thanks. Outbound directory or outbound location. I think should be fine. Now let me start with okay. Let me have these also details. Then look up. Integration name, and this is for outbound directory where you are moving the files. Okay, so global variables are ready. The next step is first we have to list the files for each file because we don't know at runtime what are the files that we have. So that's the reason we'll be using this connection. List.
Pawan, one more thing. In the global variable, the file name has not given. If I mean,
Yes,
it's
yes.
not required, but
Correct.
yeah, it will be
That's
helpful.
correct. That's correct. We'll be using later.
Okay. Okay.
You can give some star here at runtime. We will be giving something. So you can give star dot star. That's fine. Maximum files 100. That should be fine. Now click done. Now I'll be passing this two values. That is file directory and file name pattern. We have okay, this is done. Now let's use a for each. For each file, we have to get the file name and move the file to outbound directory. Each employee file. We can put it as create this guy. Now I'll be using the file name here. So what are the file name that we created earlier? I will be appending here. Okay, this is done. Next, we'll use something called move operation. Move employee files. So when you Okay, so when you're moving the file, it requires 4 things. One is input directory from where we are reading the file. What is the file that we have to read it? What is the direct directory that we have to move the file? And what is the file name? Okay, so file name we have it. The save file name we can give it. Okay, we can use something called outbound directory as target, and then file directory as from where we are reading it. That's it, nothing much. There's only 4 things that we can require to move the file from source directory to target directory. But here we are moving each of the file and we are not sure what is the file name at the beginning of the process. At runtime, will let us know. If the files are available, it will pick the file and it will move the file. So now let's come back to here. You can see no files. Inbound, we have 6 files. So now let me trigger it. Let's see what's the behavior now. I'm giving some input, that's it. Any input. So that it will first list a file. You can see iteration started. Iteration 1, 2. Okay. Now refresh this. Okay, you can see 6 iterations. Now come here, refresh. All the files are gone from here. I can see the files will be available here. Clear? Any questions? Guys, Vijay and others, any questions?
No one.
Okay,
No, sir.
okay. Task for you guys would be use sync, async, sync, my bad, SOAP, REST, and schedule-based orchestration for all 6 objects. That is employee, student, customer, order, patient, book. Okay, for all these files, list for each, move. This is one use case. Okay, 3 into 6, 18 examples. Okay, another example, list for each, read, and move the file. 36 examples for you. Clear? Any questions? Guys.
Yes, understood, Pawan.
Okay, so these are examples for you. Just complete it as soon as possible. So try to understand, try to use the proper naming standards, which I'm following it. Okay, if you're using a list operation, use list. If you're using a read, you read. Move, move. If it is employee, employee. Student, student. Global variables. File names. Give a proper name. So the training, it's been almost more than 2 months. Now, no more basic stuff. You should behave like a professional. going forward. I expect this. Clear? Guys,
Yes, sir.
Sir, in list for each read also means in that we are using that loop. So
yes.
for in that only.
After reading, you have to move the file.
Okay. And we use that separate loop.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any other questions?
No problem, we are good.
Okay. Okay, then we'll catch up tomorrow, same time. Try to complete these examples. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Yep. Thank you all.